is the Celebrity Afterlife Report podcast.
Hello, hello, hello. It's time once again for another edition of the Celebrity Afterlife Report, the only show on the internet that gives you the up-to-the-minute gossip about all your favorite deceased celebs. I'm your host, the Celebrity Medium. For new listeners, I am in near constant touch with a number of contacts in the next world who keep me informed about the doings of the beautiful people who transitioned to their new existence so that I can bring the stories to you. There's always something happening in the afterlife, and this week is no exception. Former American President Abraham Lincoln, still living, at least short term, in the gym where he is in training for his upcoming first ever MMA fight against boxing legend Muhammad Ali. Mrs. Lincoln, better known as Whitney Houston, is dead set against Honest Abe getting into the ring. Now, while people in the next world cannot be killed, obviously, they can be injured, and Whitney is afraid that Abe is in over his head going up against Ali. She has threatened to divorce her husband if he goes through with the fight, and in response, Abe angrily moved out of their home. Now, in his favor, to be fair, is the fact that Ali has only ever fought as a boxer and has zero experience as a mixed martial artist. There are actually those who feel that Ali might be the underdog in this trip to the octagon. Now, while the fight is scheduled for a few days from now, Lincoln and Ali had their first face-to-face meeting at the official weigh-in. If you've ever seen one of those, you know it's basically an opportunity for the fighters to trash talk each other. This one was no different, with Ali taunting Mr. Lincoln, calling him a, quote, skinny white boy, unquote, saying he's going to split him in two, like Abe used to do with rails in his youth. My sources tell me that Lincoln was stoic throughout the verbal assault, saying only that this isn't the first fight he's ever been in, and that he expects to come out of it a winner. I'm told that Ali seemed a bit flummoxed by the fact that he seemingly wasn't able to get under Abe's skin. After the official ceremony was over, Ali told the press, quote, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee, I'm going to kick ass on ABE. On last week's report, I told you about the bizarre resolution to the equally bizarre feud between former First Lady Jackie Kennedy and silver screen sex symbol Marilyn Monroe. It all played out on a live edition of Tammy's Court, the TV courtroom show over which former televangelist Tammy Faye Baker resides as judge. Judge Tammy ruled that Ms. Monroe would have to stop dressing and acting like Jackie, but that Jackie could keep her breast implants and bleach blonde hair and continue to impersonate Marilyn. To celebrate her weird win, Jackie almost immediately donned the white dress she had made that is a dead ringer for the one Marilyn wore in this 7-year itch, and she posed for the press, standing on a simulated subway grating with a fan underneath it to blow the dress up, and what I'm told was a perfect copy of Monroe's pose in the movie. The press eagerly sought out Monroe to get her reaction to Jackie's stunt, to which Marilyn commented, she can imitate all she wants, but she'll never be anything other than a cheap copy. Meow. The next world rumor mill is buzzing that Jackie is being offered endorsement deals and acting roles now that she is a faux Monroe permanently. This oddball story has apparently captured the attention of much of the Afterlife audience, and everyone, it seems, wants to get a piece of it while it's still hot. We haven't heard much, well, anything really, about Adolf Hitler and his next world BFF, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., since they stopped Fred Trump father of the Donald, from building an all-white community some time back. If you're not familiar with the strange story that ultimately led to the two of them sharing an apartment, I suggest you check out some of the past episodes of the report, which will explain it all to you. Anyway, these days, the two are single and sharing a bachelor pad. In the past, jokes have been made about them being the Afterlife's honest couple. That, in turn, has led them to be offered the lead roles in an upcoming production of Neil Simon's play, The Odd Couple. Of course, duh. On the earthly plane, such stunt casting has been tried on a few occasions, including an all-black version of the play, as well as an all-female one. A source in a position to know the details tells me that in this version, Adolf will be portraying neat freak Felix Unger, and Dr. King will be Oscar Madison, the ultra-messy newspaper sports writer. And even though opening night is still months away, in part due to Mr. Hitler needing to take intensive English lessons, I'm told demand for tickets is as intense as anything the next world has seen in ages. And I will, of course, keep you informed as things progress. A few weeks back, I told you that Rudd Weatherwax, the man behind the Lassie movies and TV show, announced that he was going to start an all-dog cable TV channel. He appears to be absolutely serious about this absurd project, as evidenced by the fact that he recently offered the job of creative director of the channel to Gary Marshall, well-known producer, writer, and director. Marshall accepted on the spot, seemingly on a whim. According to sources the other day, the two appeared at a press conference to announce that they are now in production on their first show for the new network, which they are calling K9. Get ready. The show will be the K9 Evening News. From what they announced and the press release they handed out, the show will be a straight, non-comedic news program with the twist that all the on-screen reporters, weathermen, and anchors will be dogs. That's right, dogs. As with any normal news show, there will even be on-the-scene reports by doggy correspondents. The actual information, I'm told, will be in the form of subtitles. Now, this idea is so deranged, I actually have trouble believing it's real, but I'm informed that sets are being built and dogs are being auditioned for the various roles. Other shows are also being cast for the network, including dramas and sitcoms. It all sounds like a fever dream or a bad acid trip, but I'd give almost anything to see it once it's actually on the air, I confess. Okay, I think I had to lie down for a bit after that last story. I'll be off next week for Labor Day, but hopefully I'll be recovered from the effects of hearing about an all-dog news show by the week after, so I can bring you another edition of the Celebrity Afterlife Report. I sure would appreciate it if you would share with your friends and family the fact that the show is available for free on iTunes, in the Google Play Store, and on K-Chung Radio, 1630 in Los Angeles. I'm the Celebrity Medium. Thanks for listening.
You've been listening to the Celebrity Afterlife Report podcast. To ask a question about your favorite deceased celebrity, call 818-3-MY-DREAM. 818-3-MY-DREAM. 818-369-3732.